You've got Islam Mamedov going up against Jorge Patino. Now, this is really the crafty veteran Patino going against the youth of Mamedov. 26-6-0, 155.6 for Mamedov. There you see his reach. And the Brazilian-born Jorge Patino, 42-5-8, 154.9, and a 69-inch reach. And our good friend Andrea Lowell gets us started here in a first for the World Series of Fighting, an 8-man tournament in the lightweight division. The winner of this tournament gets Justin Gaethje for the belt. We are set, and it is on.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like much of a prize when you put it that way. But yes, we found 8 killers that all want to get in there with Gaethje. But more than anything, Todd, I really believe they want to be part of history. And winning an 8-man tournament puts you in the same conversation as guys like Babalu Sobral, Renzo Gracie, Royce Gracie, Dan Severn, Don Fry. There's not very many 8-man tournament champions out there.
And Chael Sonnen, you have taken part in a tournament before. What is that like, the mindset? How do you prepare for something like this?
I'll tell you what, Todd, physically, you really can't prepare for it. It's not as though you're going to go in a gym, spar 2 hard rounds, take a 40-minute rest, come out, do it again, take a rest, come out. You're just not going to do that. So mentally, you've just got to really bite down and prepare for it as best you can and get through it. And the guys that do, they are remembered forever. It is a very unique and remarkable accomplishment. There's a good 1-2 combo coming in from Islam.
Islam Mamedov, one thing we know about him, the young man in the blue trunks, he will attack at multiple levels. He is capable of keeping this in a stand-up fight, but he can go upper shelf, he can sweep the legs, he has a little bit of everything since coming to the World Series of Fighting. Picks up a victory at WSOF 20 over Leon Davis, and then he comes back at WSOF 23 and gets a first-round TKO over Jimmy Spacuzza. Now, 6 of his 7 submissions, Chael, have come by way of the armbar. So this may start out as a stand-up war, but if he gets this to the ground, watch out.
He just gave a big shot to Patino. Now, Patino, Todd, very clearly is trying to get this fight to the ground. He's stalking his opponent. He's keeping his hands up. He's waiting for Islam to throw a punch or a kick that he can come underneath and close the distance. And that just isn't going to happen. Patino is down.
Defend yourself.
So Jorge Patino in trouble early here in round number 1, and it's Mamedov trying to capitalize here. Now, let's remember, Patino, a man with 55 professional fights, he's going to have to find a way to fish something here and possibly get a leg or something, but he is not having any luck.
Our referee needs to take a good look here. A lot of these shots are getting through. Patino's obligation here per the rules is to intelligently defend himself. Now, Todd, that is a judgment call. He is not taking a ton of damage, but at the same point, he is not firing back. Our referee has given an official verbal warning to defend himself. And Islam keeps raining down the punches as he moves to side control.
Still launching the punches. Remember, no elbows here in the quarters or semifinals of our tournament, but as Mamedov in clear control right now after he caught Jorge Patino, got it to the ground, and now really going to work it because it's a huge advantage. If he can end this fight in the first round, Chael, this is huge for him going forward.
Oh, tremendously. And Patino is looking for a leg lock. Patino's actually been looking for this leg lock since he hit the ground. The problem is he's going to need his hands to do it. Right now his hands are busy protecting his face. He's got to choose one of the two.
Boy, Mamedov doing a great job of controlling Patino right now. He's ready to step through if he has to, watching that leg lock. And the official just watching this one. And I agree with you, a lot of these punches from Mamedov are getting through.
Yeah, Mamedov, he didn't just flurry there. He threw a lot of punches, but he didn't just flurry, Todd. He really did look for his shots. He was a bit of a sharpshooter. Several of them did get through. Patino was able to take them.
Now at this point, Patino really in just a defensive posture, trying to stop those punches, those heavy hands of Mamedov that have been punishing him for the last 45 seconds. Hammer fist right through. Boy, almost a clear mount there for Mamedov.
Patino is using every bit of strength and energy he's got right here. What he's looking for is to reverse this position. He's opening up his opponent Mamedov's legs. Spread him so thin that he's going to reverse. Oh, and he succeeds. Patino succeeds.
Look at this.
That was a tremendous, not only a beautiful positioning technique, but a tremendous amount of energy. My suspicion is that Patino is probably going to settle in, Todd, look to hold the position and recapture his breath. We're up. I can't tell if he's under the chin.
He is deep. Patino's in pretty deep, but Mamedov trying to stretch her over.
Todd, I can't tell where he's at. He looks like he's in very good position.
45
Patino,
seconds.
but I can't tell if he's under the chin.
Thumbs up. He just gave the thumbs up to the referee. So Mamedov clearly saying he's not in any trouble, so Patino does not have it in deep enough at this point.
Patino looking to adjust. He had a head and an arm. He's letting the arm go and looking just for the head. I think he's losing the position, though.
Doesn't have it underneath.
Oh, you can't blame a guy for trying. Talk about going for it right there.
So 15 seconds to go here, round number 1. Remember, this is just a 2-round bout in our 8-man tournament. And Jorge Patino would have pulled off the huge comeback here. Still fishing for something, but he's going to run out of time here in round number 1. So 90% of that round, Chael Sonnen, you would have to give to Islam Mamedov, but Jorge Patino, what a comeback.
I'm a little surprised that he did come back. That was beautiful, beautiful technique by Patino to get that reversal. And for a guy like Patino, who was suffering, lacking some wind there, I think he can push through it. One more 5-minute frame.
So the way it plays out, this first quarterfinal, they would have an opportunity to sit for 3 more quarters, and then a break, and then they would be on for semifinal number 1. You can see that live on NBCSN tonight. Right now, we've got business at hand. Round number 2, a 2-round quarterfinal matchup here in the first 8-man tournament, World Series of Fighting 25 from Phoenix.
Patino throws a couple of punches, chops away at the leg there. Islam is not quite as busy as I thought that he would be. He can't take this for granted. I think he can take that last round for granted, but not this fight. He's going to need to get busy here. Why let Patino come back? I'm not certain. Oh, big knee right there. Patino went down. A little bit of a slip.
Trying to hook that heel.
And a little bit of a knee.
Wow. Mamedov doing a great job stepping away from those up kicks from Patino.
Look how strong Patino is, Todd. He just pushes up to his feet.
42 years of age and still going strong, Jorge Patino, but right now it is all about the next 3 minutes and 40 seconds for him.
Excellent technique there again by Patino. He turns his back, he gains elevation, puts both hands on one wrist and turns and faces him. Now he lunges in with a jab. Patino's got a lot more left in him. Islam really needs to get a little bit busier.
Got caught with that right from Patino. Both fighters gave a lot on that first round, and now they've got to impress the judges here. And look at this, Patino trying to sweep the leg, but in effect, he gives up the back to Mamedov.
I think he's going to look for a roll and go for a leg lock. Look at that, another excellent escape, Todd. It's very hard for me to tell you how hard it is to get away from a man who's trying to hold you down. Patino with some really great technique here. Islam's had some great successes. The strike of the fight for him has been a knee right up the middle. He's landed 3 of them. I suspect Islam will look for another one. Patino's just having a hard time seeing them coming.
As we approach the halfway point of this round 2, scheduled for 2. First round, you probably have to give the Mamedov, but I'm with you, Chael Sonnen. Right now, it is Jorge Patino that seems to have a little more urgency to his game.
Yeah, Patino is pressing forward. He's taking some shots in the process, and if you look at his face, it tells the tale, but he is pushing forward, and usually, Todd, when you look at a big, strong guy like Patino, conditioning's a factor. That just historically has been the case. But in a 2-round situation, Patino is really standing his ground.
Mamedov standing toe-to-toe with Patino, fires a right, misses to the right, and back to the center of the cage they go. Very international feel tonight here in Phoenix. You're getting directions coming from each corner, one in Portuguese, one in Russian.
Patino's lost a little bounce in his step, but I'll tell you, I don't know if Islam strategically is trying to save something for later, or if he just didn't show up tonight with a high output.
You almost get the sense that he feels like he's got 1 round in it. All he has to do for this one is kind of get through, get 1 extra point, and he's home into the next round.
I can tell you this, Todd, this effort and this energy that Islam putting out is not going to win tonight's tournament. It may win this fight, but he's got to have something more for the next round and final should he make it.
If he gets in, the man who wins this fight will get the winner of the Joe Condon-Mike Ricci fight, which you will see next coming up. Both of these guys obviously not thinking about that yet, with still 70 seconds to go until we crown a winner and a man that will move on to the semifinals.
Patino still doing something, still looking for some big shots here. I think that Islam in his defense, I'm being a little critical of his output, and it's fair, but I think Islam in his defense is having some strength issues. I think when he gets a little too close to Patino, he's been having a hard time dealing with that. It's just a little easier to stay on the outside. Strategically, I can respect that, but output-wise, this is light. Oh, Patino, flurry.
Nice.
Islam stayed protected there. I don't know if anything got through, but it wasn't from a lack of trying for Patino. There's that knee we talked about, Todd.
The flying knee,
there it is
Patino
again.
eats it. The second one not as flush, and now it looks like Mamedov's into that mode of launching something, including leading with an uppercut.
Islam has not missed at a knee attempt tonight. I think he should do nothing but these knees until they fail. They fail to land, and here we've got 10 seconds left in this battle.
And he decides to shoot, gets a single with 10 seconds to go. This is kind of a tricky situation, but the bell ends the fight. So some interesting strategy from Islam Mamedov. Did he do enough in round number 1, or did Jorge Patino's escape in round 1 and the work he did in round number 2 get him the victory? This will be interesting, Chael. How do you see this one shaking down if you were on Judge Rowe?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 rounds of professional fighting, we go to the judges' scorecards. Your winner by unanimous decision and advancing to the semifinals, Islam Mamedov.
Nobody here disagreeing with that. But I am going to be a little bit critical, Todd. Mamedov is going to have to do more to make it through this next round.